All right, good evening and welcome to Thompson Falls, Montana. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vals. Bringing on tonight's matchup, a battle for first place in District 7B. It is the Bigfork Valkyries taking on the Thompson Falls Lady Bluehawks. The Vals are 6-3 on the season, coming off wins, a big win over Troy, 51-8, and then a nice win over Deer Lodge in Class B last Saturday. So back in the conference action as they take on the Lady Bluehawks, who are 6-2. So the winner of this ball game will move into first place in District 7B. And that'll be interesting. The pregame brought to you by the Bigfork Dental Center. Dr. Aaron Price and team at Bigfork Dental Center are proud to support Vikes and Vals athletics. See Dr. Aaron Price and her dental team for all your dental needs, including digital radiographs, tooth-colored fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, dentures, and much more. Now accepting new patients of all ages. Call today at 837-5611 or see BigforkDental.com. A proud sponsor of Bigfork Athletics, Dr. Aaron Price and the group over there at Bigfork Dental Center. Well, the pregame brought to you by that, and with that, I was able to sit down and talk with the head coach of the Bigfork Valkyries and about tonight's game and the last few games with Courtney Gunlock, and this is what she had to say pregame before tonight's tip-off.
All right, on a pregame show with head coach Courtney Gunlock of the Bigfork Valkyries, and we're getting back into, or continuing on with conference play and a battle of unbeatens, a battle for first place tonight against Thompson Falls in Thompson Falls. Talk about tonight's ball game and what do you have to do against Thompson Falls, who's 6-2, and you guys are 6-3 on the season. What do you have to do tonight against them?
I think we definitely have to take care of the ball. We got to play good defense. They have two great post players that rebound very well and look for each other, so we definitely have to shut down the post play, and we have to out-rebound them. They also have a very good freshman point guard, and we have to know where she is and not let her drive, pass, or score.
Yep, you guys played the last two games. You took on Troy. Troy is a little bit down as usual, and you took care of them easily, 51-8 at their place. But then you came home against Deer Lodge, a little scrappy at the beginning, but you took care of that team as well on Saturday, and a very good win in Class B that measures up down the road when you go into divisionals. Talk about those two ball games and what you guys did well.
Troy was just kind of one of those games. It's sometimes hard to get up for those, but we got to get a lot of the younger ones in to get more experience. And against Deer Lodge, we definitely struggled shooting percentage-wise. It wasn't one of our better shooting games, and we actually kind of got away from getting it into the post, where it's kind of been our bread and butter all year, so we got to get back to that. And I think that was a good learning lesson for us. So we kind of hopefully know what we need to do to win games.
Well, I think the key to your team as watching them is your senior leadership, but first of all in the middle, I'm talking about 5'9" post Ansley Edgerton, and in her senior year, and what she's got to get done first of all in the paint.
We definitely have to look for her to be one of our leaders, both as a scorer and a rebounder. Definitely once, they start keying on here, we got to pass it back out, and we got to be hitting some three-point shots.
And talking about that leads to another big senior out there who's, I think, is key. Ansley's key to the inside game and key to the outside game is Isabella Santa-Stevens. And when she's on shooting threes, I don't think there's anybody better that I've seen with that shooting stroke in the league.
No, absolutely. She's a great shooter. She's had a couple rough games as of late, and we've had a couple runs where we can't score, so we got to figure out how to score when we aren't maybe necessarily on our three-point game.
Yeah, and sometimes, as the season goes on, they're going to have one of those games that's not theirs. Somebody else has to step up. But that comes in, talking about sophomore Emma Barrett, and really getting aggressive in her scoring on the drive, and then the ball handling of Ashton McAnally. And talk about those two.
Yeah, Ashton is definitely another leader, senior leader, and she stays calm, collected, and she's my ball handler. She's the one that I want to bring it up when we're being pressured. And Emma is great. Emma is great at creating and driving, getting to the hole, and we just need to continue to do the things that we do well and not get away from those.
Yeah, she's really, I think what I would say, she's a person that can create her own shot. You know, she shoots right-handed, but she drives so well to the left side. And then we talk about the defense on your team, and that Audrey Benz on the defensive side, a junior.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Audrey is definitely our defensive catalyst. She gets it running. She's always pressuring the ball, and she's scrappy, and she's always getting jump balls and steals.
Yeah, then you start bringing the freshman, Madison Chapius, who's so quick, so fast, can disrupt an offense in a heartbeat. She's key coming off the bench, and then Nevaeh Carlin as well, Scout Nadeau, a bunch of those freshmen as well coming off the bench, and Zoe Albert.
Mm-hmm. Yep, as the season's going on, they're getting more experience, which is great, and we're looking at them to be more producers now. With us this year, and they're doing a great job stepping up as freshmen. I'm real proud of them.
Yeah, I can see your team. We talked about this a little bit the other day when I ran into you. You know, you guys have a very good team, especially when you guys are inside, outside, clicking and moving the basketball. And like you said, taking care of the basketball is probably the number one thing. So looking forward to tonight's game, a battle of unbeatens in league, Thompson Falls versus Bigfork Valkyries tonight. So good luck tonight, Coach, and thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that was head coach Courtney Gunlock on the pregame show tonight. 406-270-7384. This is James LaFontaine live from Thompson Falls, Montana, as the Valkyries get ready to take on tip-off here just under 4 minutes as they get ready to take on the Thompson Falls Lady Bluehawks. And earlier action, JV just finishing up before this. It was the JV girls with a 44-31 win over the Thompson Falls Lady Bluehawks. No freshman or senior team, as Thompson Falls does not have enough girls out for to create that third team. So let's bring you the starting lineups brought to you by Gilliard Painting. Interior and exterior painting and staining, pressure washing, parking lot striping, property caretaking. Chip Gilliard at 1080 Sprawn Horseshoe Drive in Bigfork, Montana at 210-7794. Or you can get them at chipgilliard@yahoo.com for all your painting needs in the Bigfork area or wherever you're listening out there. Thank you to Chip Gilliard and Gilliard Painting for sponsoring Bigfork Athletics. All right, your starting lineups, first of all, for Thompson Falls, who's 6-2 on the season, unbeaten in league. They'll start at 5'9" freshman guard, and that's what Courtney Gunlock was talking about. Number 4, Ellie Baxter. Number 4, and then a senior at 5'10" forward, number 14, Belle Cooper. 5'5" guard, junior, number 20, Faith Fields. At 4 to 5'11", junior, number 23, Jody Detloff. And at 6'1", a junior forward, number 24, Megan Baxter. For head coach Chad Laws, assisted by Mike Benson and Sandra Kazmierzak. So Chad back in the helm and back at the lead as he coaches the Thompson Falls Lady Bluehawks. And for your Valkyries tonight starting, it'll be the sophomore at 5'7", a guard, number 11, Emma Barrett. Also a guard, a 5'5", junior, number 14, Audrey Benz. Quick, the defensive instigator on the Valkyries. In the middle of the post, a 5'9", senior post, captain number 24, Ansley Edgerton. Also a captain at guard and forward, a 5'5", senior, number 40, Ashton McAnally. And finally, the 5'7" guard forward, senior, number 33, Isabella Santa Stevens. Key to the outside, if she can be nailing that three-point shot and keep getting inside to Edgerton. We'll see how that goes tonight. As the Lady Bluehawks have a little bit of a height advantage. 1 minute to go till tip-off. We're going to do the national anthem probably here And then the starting lineups as we get ready to tip it off here in Thompson Falls between the Lady Peahawks and your Bigfork Valkyries. We'll be back momentarily from Thompson Falls. This is James LaFontaine, BFST Events here on YouTube, bringing you Bigfork Valkyries action from Thompson Falls, Montana. All right, welcome back to Thompson Falls. James LaFontaine with you, 406-270-7384. Text me, let me know that you guys are listening. You can hear out there. I know some folks that couldn't make it. They're going to, Christina Hinsman said she was going to listen. I forgot to give you the head coach, obviously, for the Valkyries, Courtney Gunlock, assisted by Jasper Torres and Brandy Couture. And we're going to do the national anthem, so I'm going to stand as a respectful veteran of the United States Air Force. And I'm going to keep quiet during the anthem.
And your Thompson Falls Lady Blue Hawks. At Thompson Falls High School, sportsmanship is an expectation. So please, let the players play, let the coaches coach, let the officials officiate, and let the spectators be positive. Thank you. The officials for tonight's contest are Craig Sear and Scott Cruz.
Scott Proof and Craig Sear, tonight's officials for this ball game.
The playing of the national anthem by the United States Air Force Band.
Now they're playing the national anthem here in Thompson Falls. 406-270-7384. Get ready for the kickoff, or tip-off, excuse me. We're not playing football, we're playing basketball. Anyway, ready for the tip-off here. And introducing the Valkyries first. Yeah, both the sophomore. Aubrey Benz. They say she's 5'6", but she's actually 5'9". With a bum on her head, she's probably about 6 foot. I think that's about 3 inches on the top there. Santa Stephen and then McAnally for the Valkyries. And see what they have in store tonight for us as they introduce Thompson Falls.
Together, make some noise for the Thompson Falls Lady Blue Hawks. A 5'10" freshman, number 4, Ellie Baxter.
So Baxter, the freshman, for Chad Laws, too. Playing tonight, freshman guard. She must be pretty good. Well, first time I get to see her, being that she is a freshman. And Belle Cooper, Faith Fields, Jody Detloff, and Megan Baxter. So they go 5'10", 5'9", 5'10", 5'11", 6'1", and then the 5'5" Fields. And going up against Bigfork, 5'7", 5'5", 5'9", 5'5", and 5'7". So They got the really needed basketball. They got the box out tonight, and as Courtney Gunlock said, the head coach, they're going to have to take care of the basketball. So about ready to tip gets underway here. And the tip is brought to you by Bigfork Harvest Foods. All your grocery needs, including an amazing bakery and deli, 8111 Highway 35 in Bigfork, Montana. 837-5010. Say hi to Marcus Bagos and the gang at Bigfork Harvest Foods, and thank them for sponsoring Bigfork Athletics and Bigfork Valkyries. Going up, it's going to be Megan Baxter, 6'1", tipping it up against Ansley Edgerton as we're ready to get underway. Edgerton tips it, goes out of bounds, and off of Edgerton, so it'll be Thompson Falls, Lady Blue Hawks left to right on the radio dial. The Valkyries will be going right to left in the backcourt. They'll give it up to Baxter. Baxter will feed it over to Cooper. Cooper back to Baxter, over to Fields, back to Baxter. And Cooper on the left side at the left wing, down the post to Baxter, Megan Baxter, out to her sister. That is Ellie Baxter, top of the key. Gives it to Megan down low. Over to Cooper. Cooper kicks it out to Ellie Baxter. And Cooper thought about 3-point, did not shoot it. Over to Fields and out to Cooper on the left wing. Underneath, she'll give it up to Baxter. Baxter's left-handed hook off the baseline is good. That's Megan Baxter, 2 points for Thompson Falls. Inbound, Burns with the basketball. In the backcourt, looking, gives it up to Barrett. Barrett to the backcourt, got to get it across the timeline. And Barrett gets it across just in time. Feeds it right wing over to Ashton McEnroe. McEnroe drives, kicks it out. Left wing, 3-point shot on the way by Santa Stephen is off the rim and no good. Rebounded there by Detloff. And she'll give it up to Ellie Baxter. Looking to drive, and she's bumped there by Audrey Burns on the left side. That'll be her first personal and first team foul on Bigfork. 6:51 just underway here in first quarter, and the Thompson Falls Lady Blue Hawks lead 2-0. Your scoreboard, your Montana Athletic scoreboard. Fields, top of in the key, gives it up to Baxter. Baxter back there to Cooper, blocked. And a late whistle from the outside. The other guy did not blow the whistle. And he's going to call a foul there on McAnally, her first second team foul. And up the line, shooting two, it'll be number 14, Belle Cooper for Thompson Falls. First shot is up, off the rim, and they're good. And she'll get another. 6:38 to go here in quarter number one. Second shot short, off the rim, and no good. And run down by Faith Fields, knocked out of bounds by Bigfork. It'll be Thompson Falls basketball in the front court on the far side. Megan Baxter inbounding to her sister, Ellie. Ellie top of the key, gives it over to Fields. Fields look at elbow, gives it out to Baxter. Baxter top of the key. We'll give it over to Ellie Baxter. Baxter back to Baxter, knocked away by Edge to the edge. Stolen, gives it quickly up to Benz. Benz at the right side, and she's looking to drive. And going to kick it out, gets it out to Edgerton, top of the key. The Barrett. Barrett's going to set something up. Santa Stephen left. Over to Barrett. On the right side to Benz. To McAnally. McAnally looking to drive. Stolen away by Ellie Baxter. It's an underneath. Knocked away by Edgerton as the pass was intended for Megan Baxter. And out of bounds underneath to Thompson Falls with 5:57 on the Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard, and with 2-0, Thompson Falls leading. Quickly out to Detloff, top of the key. She'll give it over to Cooper. Cooper feeds it underneath to Megan Baxter and puts up the left-handed layup. And 4-0, Thompson Falls leads. Barrett over to Benz. Benz in the backcourt, gives it up to McAnally. McAnally gives it up, gives it to Ansley Edgerton. Over to McAnally. McAnally over to Benz on the right wing. Benz gives the top of the key. Barrett looking, 3-point shot in the way by Barrett. Off the rim. The backboard no good. Rebounded there by Baxter. Yeah, give it up to Ellie Baxter. Give it across the timeline. Guarded there by Benz. Benz, quick. Soccer player. Keeping right with her. Feeds it over to Fields. Fields shot off the rim no good. And Santa Stephen will run it down in the backcourt. Dribbles up, gives it up to McAnally. McAnally Up to the timeline. Going to cross the timeline in the front court. Feeds it down to Edgerton. Edgerton, baseline shot is up off the rim. Rims out, but Barrett right there puts it back up. No good. And loose ball comes up with Burns. Comes up the loose ball. Feeds the top of the key to Maccadelli. Over to Barrett. Barrett gives it up to Santa Stephen. Santa Stephen looking for Edgerton. Out to Barrett. Barrett looking up the drive. Up left-handed shot off the rim and no good. And rebounded there by Baxter. And there's going to be a foul in the backcourt called on Bigfork. And that'll be on number 11, Emma Barrett. That is her first and third team foul. Checking in, number 12, Riley Wilson for Thompson Falls. Also number 3, Ellie Pardee for Thompson Falls. Feeds it deep to Pardee. Goes up against McAnally, throws it up, no good, and come up the rebound is Santa Stephen. She'll give it over to McAnally. McAnally drove it up the right side. Gonna kick it, look to kick it in the corner to Edgerton. Edgerton looking. Good trap, feeds it out to Barrett. Barrett looking to right side to Santa Stephen, and Barrett throws it away for Bigfork. And it'll be Thompson Falls basketball. 4:18 to go on the Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. 4-0 Thompson Falls lead. So the Valkyries have not scored yet. Had a couple looks, but not able to put it in. Baxter feeds it up to Gitloff. To Megan Baxter, off the rim and no good, and Santa Stevens will come up the rebound looking and knocks it off the foot of Jody Detloff. It'll remain Bigfork basketball with 4:02 to go here in quarter number 1. Maccadelli inbounding to Barrett. Barrett will take your time, count it to the timeline, look, gives it over to Burns on the left side. In the backcourt, give it over to McAnally. McAnally in the front court, looking to drive, don't get in the corner, she can drive in the corner. And she feeds it out and taken away. She tries to give it to Edgerton, and a loose ball. Edgerton ties up Detloff, and held ball. The arrow points towards Bigfork. It'll be Bigfork basketball, and checking in for the Valkyries. It'll be number 21, Madison Chapius. Number 22 will be Scouten Nadeau, and McAnally and Burns will take a rest for the Valkyries with 3:42 to go in quarter number 1. Edgerton into Santa Stephen. Out to Scouten Nadeau. Over to Chapius on the right wing. Santa Stephen. Right side gives it out to Chapius. Barrett, top of the key. Scouten Nadeau kicks it out to Santa Stephen. Out to Barrett, top of the key. Barrett looking to drive, takes it up off the backboard, and no good. Gets her own rebound, puts it up, and she's fouled. So going to the free throw line as Barrett follows her own shot and gets it up off the rim and collects it. And we'll go back to the free throw line to shoot 2. That's the first foul. Thompson Falls, Ellie Pardee, and the first team foul for the Lady Blue-Hawks. Barrett, her first shot up, and good. So the Valkyries are on the scoreboard. Number 14, Dale Cooper back in the lineup for Thompson Falls with 3:25 to go here in quarter number 1. Second shot up the front of the rim and rolls in for Barrett. So she makes both 2 and cuts the lead in half. Baxter quickly up the court to Pardee, knocked away by Nadeau, and Santa Stephen comes up with it. She'll get it up to Chapius. Chapius looking to drive up the right side. Finds Barrett looking to drive off the backboard and good, and a nice baseline drive by Emma Barrett, and that'll tie the score at 4. Chapius putting pressure on Baxter. Back. Santa Stevens shuts in the passing lanes. She's going to take it up. Left-handed layup is no good. And it'll be out of bounds off Thompson Falls. She put the shot up a little bit high with the left hand. And no good. And timeout taken by the Lady Blue-Hawks. 2:55 to go here in quarter number 1. And a 30-second timeout taken by head coach Chad Laws and Thompson Falls. We're tied at 4 on the Gilliard Paving scoreboard here in Thompson Falls. Once again, 406-270-7384. James LaFontaine with you. Bringing in the action from Thompson Falls in the battle for first place in 7B. Took a little bit for the Valkyries kind of figure it out, and I think they have figured out what they need to do defensively as well as offensively. So Bigfork on the far end. Chapius will inbound. Looking, finds Santa Stephen in the corner. She'll kick it out to Barrett. Barrett, 3-point shot at top of the key is good from downtown. Emma Barrett, and the Valkyries take a 7-4 lead. Baxter Over to Cooper. In the corner to Wilson. Wilson's shot out the backboard. She's going to go to the free throw line, and she's fouled. And that'll be the second foul, number 11, Emma Beth. And the 14th foul. And to the line to shoot 2. It'll be Riley Wilson for Thompson Falls. First shot is up and good. And Benz will come in for Beth. Also coming back in for Thompson Falls, it'll be number 24, Megan Baxter. And Coop Wilson, will shoot one more. Second shot up, way up, off the rim and no good. And Edgerton nearly runs it down. Picked up, ties it up over there on the far side. As Benz gets on the floor, ties it up with Ellie Baxter. And Baxter will come out with Fields coming back in, and it'll be Thompson Falls basketball on the head ball. Out to Party over to Fields. Fields left side, gives it top of the key to Party. Kick it over to Fields. Fields looking to drive baseline. Brings it back out on the left wing. She'll kick it out to Party. Top of the key, looking for Fields. Fields looking to launch that three-point shot. Over to Party, back at the top of the key, looking underneath. She's going to get over to Fields trying to drive baseline, and over to Gills back. He's trying to trap her there, and gives it up. And a traveling violation there on number 12, Riley Wilson, as the Valkyries put on pressure, and it'll be Bigfork basketball. 2:03 to go here on the Montana Athletic scoreboard. It's 7-5, Valkyries lead. Benz gives it over to Santa Steve in the backcourt. Got to get it across the timeline. Gives it over to Chapius. Chapius back to Santa Steve in the front court. Santa Stephen, look in the corner, finds Benz. Benz underneath to Edgerton. Edgerton, back out to Santa Stephen. On the left wing, three-point shot off the rim, and no good, but Edgerton right there runs it down. Kicks it out to Santa Stephen. Nearly stolen by Thompson Falls to Chapius. Chapius looking to drive. Kicks it out. Edgerton, thought about the three, kicks it out to Chapius. And a scout they do. And looked like a kick ball off Thompson Falls, and didn't call it. And Pardee nearly traveled there. Feeds it into Baxter. Baxter gives it out to Cooper. Her shot is short, and Chapius comes up with loose ball. Quickly up to Santa Stevens. Santa Stevens on the left wing. Three-point shot in the way by Isabella. No good, but maybe right there. Gets the rebound, puts it back up and short, and she's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line and shoot 2. That is the second foul, number 3, Ellie Pardee, and the second team foul. And Scout may do at the line to shoot 2. First shot is good. And number 23, Jody Detloff. Number 4, Ellie Baxter returning for Thompson Falls with 1:03 to go here in quarter number 1. And Scout may do at the line, shooting another one. Second shot is up and good. A 9-5 lead by the Valkyries. Gets it quickly in. Baxter to Baxter. Over to Fields. Fields on the right wing. Looking underneath. Trying to get Detloff. Stolen away by Bigfork's Audrey Benz. And maybe a pushing foul, number 20. That's Faith Fields. That'll be her first. And the third team foul on Thompson Falls. As Benz made the steal, got knocked over in the backcourt. She's going to give it to Chapius. Chapius going to dribble in the front court. Gives it up. And nearly stolen. Aubrey Benz right there. Fields gets it. Feeds it up to Baxter. And off the hands of Baxter. Santa Steva gets her hand up, tips it, and then Megan Baxter tips it out of bounds and loses it, and it's Bigfork basketball. Chapius in the Benz in the backcourt, 35 to go here, quarter number 1. 35 seconds that is. Benz over to Santa Stevens, drives in the front court. Looking underneath. Oh, too high for Edgerton at the free throw line, and Fields comes up and gives it up to Baxter. Underneath, gives it to Detloff. Detloff, wide open, puts up the layup. 9-7, 11 seconds to go. Benz quickly up, looking, gives it to Chapius. Chapius looking to drive, gets a shot up off the backboard, off the rim, and no good. Rebounded there as the clock runs out by Jody Detloff. So 1 quarter in the books in a battle for first place here in Thompson Falls, Montana. It is your Bigfork Valkyries leading 9-7 on the Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. And we'll head to quarter number 2 and be back here momentarily from Thompson Falls, Montana. All right, welcome back to Thompson Falls, Montana. After 1 quarter in the books, it's the Valkyries 9 and the Lady Bluehawks 7. And it will be Bigfork basketball heading right to left as Santa Stevens will take it out. So Santa Stevens, Benz, Chapius, Nadu, and Edgerton in the ball game for Bigfork. Baxter, Riley Wilson, Bill Cooper, and Detloff in for Thompson Falls. Chapius on the drive, up and under, and they're going to call traveling. And I'm not sure about that. That's a typical move you do, that step in camp. But it'll be turnover. Baxter quickly up the court. Feeds it up to Wilson. Wilson on the floor, kicks it out. Shot on the way by Riley Wilson is no good. And Detloff puts it back up. She's fouled there by Edgerton. That's her first and the 15th foul. And Detloff will go to the line to shoot 2. First shot up. And good by Detloff. And Ashton McAnally returning to replace Chapius for the Valkyries. Second shot by Detloff is up and good. And we're tied at 9 here in quarter number 2 on the Arcadia Painting scoreboard. In quickly to Benz. Over to Santa Steve in the backcourt. Gives up to McAnally. McAnally looking to drive. Kicks it down to Benz. Up to Edgerton. Edgerton shot off the rim and no good. And run down there by Riley Wilson in the front court. Kicks out to Baxter. And she'll come up with the loose ball. That's Ellie. Gives it over to Cooper. Cooper will give it out to Baxter. Baxter, top of the key, extended near half court. Ben's guarding her. Over to Wilson. Got that over to Cooper. Cooper underneath the Detloff. And a nice pass underneath and off the backboard. And Thompson Falls score by Detloff. And they take an 11-9 lead. 6:57 to go in a 30-second timeout taken by head coach Courtney Gunlock. So Thompson Falls responding to the run by the Valkyries, and Gunlock telling them what they need to do to prevent that give and go underneath as Detloff got behind the defense and was fed over the top by Baxter and led her right to the rim for the shot. So Ben, Santa Stevens, Edgerton, McAnally, and Scout Nadu in the ballgame for the Valkyries. Riley Wilson, Ellie Baxter, Jody Detloff, Megan Baxter, and Doug Cooper in the ballgame for Thompson Falls. Running that press at the top of the key does Thompson Falls. Looking. Got to give it up to Benz. Benz top of the key from McAnally. Looking to drive, gets it to Nadu. Nadu's top of the key. Gives it over to Santa Stevens. Top of the key to Benz. Benz got to shoot that shot. And off the rim and a good rebounded there by Megan Baxter. Quickly up to Ellie Baxter, driving up the key. Feeds it to Detloff. Clicks up a quick shot. And she's fouled as she goes up. And that foul is going to be on number 40. That's Ashton McAnally's second and 16th foul on the Valkyries, and Detloff will go to line to shoot 2. Shot up off the left rim and no good. And Barrett will check back in for McAnally. So Barrett with 2 fouls back in the ball game. Also checking back in Faith Fields for Thompson Falls. 6:22 to go here at halftime, and a 2-point lead as a second shot up, in and out by Detloff. And the Blue Hawks lead by 2, 11-9. Barrett quickly up, gives it in the corner. Sarah Stevens underneath, gives it to Edgerton. Edgerton looking to kick it out. She's got fouled as the whistle blows, and that'll be a number 14, Belle Cooper. Belle Cooper's first, and 14 foul Thompson Falls. Underneath, Benz will take it out. Looking, gives it quickly. Edgerton shot up and good from the block by Edgerton to tie up the ball game. A nice pass and a nice shot there by Ensley. And stole away as the pass is intended for Baxter from Fields, and quickly up the court is Audrey Benz looking to drive up and over and shoots it up. Looked like she got fouled, but no call, and knocked out of bounds by Thompson Falls. It'll be Bigfork basketballs. We're tied at 11. Benz inbounding, looking for Edgerton, and Detloff kicks it off of her knee, and it'll remain Bigfork basketball on the far side underneath. Benz to take it out. Calls a play, gets it out to Barrett. Barrett, top of the key, looking, kicks it over to Santa Stephen on the left wing. To Edgerton. Edgerton looking, pump fakes, drives, and Detloff gets her. No foul called, and Thompson Falls comes up, and Detloff quickly up, shoots at the left-handed layup, and no good. Santa Stephen with the rebound, gives it out to Barrett. Barrett will dribble across the timeline with 5:28 to go, tied at 11. Kick it over, gets it over to Benz, nearly taken away by Allie Baxter. Over to Nadu. Left corner's 3-point shot on the way by Sarah Stevens, no good. And rebounded there by Fields. Quickly up to Ellie Baxter. Baxter looking to push it for Thompson Falls. Gets it over to Cooper. Cooper underneath. And Detloff and Edgerton collide. And the ball goes out of bounds to Thompson Falls. Pardee, along with Riley Wilson, back in the lineup for Thompson Falls. 5:07 to go, and we're tied at 11 on the Montana Athletic scoreboard. Quickly out to Detloff. Detloff looking to go back door. Gives it up to Ellie Pardee, taken away by Scout Nadeau in the backcourt. And she'll give it up to Benz. Benz across the timeline. Quickly looking, kicks it in the corner to Edgerton. Barrett on the drive, up. Oh, off the rim and no good, but she'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. She got fouled on the shot. Fouls at number 12. Riley Wilson, that's her first, and the 15th foul. And Thompson Falls. Emma Barrett at the line to shoot 2 for the Valkyries. 4:51 to go here till halftime. First shot is up and good by Barrett. Chapius will return to the lineup for the Valkyries. Returning for Thompson Falls on 24, Megan Baxter. And the Vals with a 1-point lead, 12-11. Barrett will get one more for Bigfork. Shot up, off the rim, rolls around. Shooter's touch. She gets it to roll in, and a 13-11 lead. Quickly up the court, and Baxter shuts up. Detloff, the pass intended for Wilson, and a little bit long and out of bounds. And it'll be Bigfork basketball with 4:46 to go till half. Into Benz. Benz looking slowly as Chapius across the timeline gives it up to Barrett. In the corner, Santa Stephen. Over to Barrett. Barrett looking underneath for Edgerton. Gives it out to Chapius. Chapius on the right wing. Out to Santa Stephen. Check that, Barrett. Then Chapius. Barrett at the top of the key looking. And she's going to drive. Puts it up. And taken away by Baxter. She'll give it out to Detloff. Detloff trapped in the backcourt. Stolen by Benz. Benz going to take it up. Off the backboard and good for 2 by Audrey Benz. A nice defense pressure there by Audrey. Quickly over-kicked. As the pass there was going to go for number 12, Riley Wilson, over the Fields, but a quick soccer kick by Santa Stephen and goes out of bounds. It'll be big for, check that, Thompson Falls basketball underneath their own basket and looking inbound. Gives it quickly to Baxter. Off, the shot was off by Wilson, or except for Belle Cooper. Quickly up, Barrett. In the front court, puts it off the backboard. No good. Santa Stephen right there. But Fields will come up the loose ball. Quickly up. Ellie Baxter. Over to Fields. Fields looking underneath. Kicks it back out to Baxter. Over the left wing to Megan Baxter, and she's going to get fouled as she was driving for the left-hand shot. Shoots it a little bit strong, and no good. And that foul will be under number 11, Emma Barrett, her third personal, 17th foul. And at the line to shoot 2, it'll be Megan Baxter for Thompson Falls. 15-11, the Valkyries lead, 3:41 to go here till halftime. First shot off the rim and no good. Barrett will come out of the ball game. McInerney back in for Barrett. Also checking back in is Jody Detloff for Fields for Thompson Falls. One more for Megan Baxter for Thompson Falls. Free throw up. Little strong off the rim. Edgerton boxes out. Gets up the rebound. Gives it up to Chapius quickly. Chapius up the right side. And she loses it to Baxter. Quickly down to Megan Baxter. And Burns hustling on defense. Was able to knock it away and keep it from scoring. And Scout Nadeau will replace Burns to give her a breather. Thompson Falls underneath. Baxter kicks it out to Detloff. Over to Cooper. Underneath to Megan Baxter. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Detloff. And Edgerton right there. And Edgerton's going to get fouled in the backcourt as she boxes out and gets the rebound. And the foul's on number 23. That's Jody Detloff's first 16th foul. And Bigfork basketball, 3:21 to go. 15-11 on the Gilliard Painting scoreboard. The Valkyries lead. Over to McInerney. McInerney at the top of the key, extended. Feeds it in the corner. Scout Nadeau. Shot him away. Edgerton gets it as it falls short, and she's fouled as she goes up, and she'll get 2 shots as she's fouled there by number 24, I believe. Check that on number 23, Jody Detloff. That is her second and 17th foul. And Edgerton to the line to shoot 2 for the Valkyries. First shot up, nothing but the bottom of the net by Edgerton. That'll bring on number 3, Ellie Pardee to be coming to the ball game for Detloff. With 3:08 to go and a 16-11 Valkyries lead over the Lady Blue Hawks. One more for Edgerton. Shot up and good. And like she shoots them as usual. Quickly into Baxter, and a traveling violation caused by Chapius as she put pressure on the freshman Ellie Baxter. So freshman on freshman and causes the turnover. Chapius will take it out of bounds for Bigfork. Yep. Kicking it out to Scout Nadeau. On the right wing. She'll give it over to McInerney. McInerney, top of the key. Looking. Gives it over to Chapius on the left wing. Chapius looking. Feeds it over to Scout Nadeau. Nadeau down the baseline to Edgerton. Back out to Nadeau. Nadeau 3-point shot on the way. Off the rim. The backboard no good. And Baxter comes up with a rebound. Throws it up quickly to Pardee. She throws up a shot. No good. Chapius will come down with the rebound. The freshman for Bigfork quickly up the court. She's going to dribble. She's going to get over to Sarah Stephen. Drives. Gets it out to McInerney. McInerney pulls it out and is going to set it up. Gives it over to Chapius on the left wing. Out to McInerney. Top of the key. Santa Stephen running baseline. In the right wing. 3-point shot on the way by. Santa Stephen a little strong off the rim, but Edgerton with the rebound kicks it out to McInerney over to Chapius. Chapius on the drive. Puts up the shot off the backboard real strong. But right there getting the rebound, putting it up, and dropping it is Scout Nadeau for 2. And a 19-11 lead with 2 minutes to go. On your Montana Athletics scoreboard, quickly up is Ellie Baxter. She's going to be fouled by Bigfork. And she'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And that is the third personal on Ashton McInerney. And at the line, and returning Audrey Burns for McInerney. 18th foul on Bigfoot. First shot goes in for Baxter. And she'll get one more off the rim and no good. And right there, now boxing out, is Bigfork, and Riley Wilson puts it back in for Thompson Falls. Chapius over to Ansler Edgerton, or excuse me, Santa Stephen gets it across the timeline. Chapius, top of the key to Benz can't get it over the top. And taken away by Baxter. Baxter is looking to pass, nobody open, and she travels. As Ellie Baxter and turnover to Bigfork. Santa Stephen in the backcourt with inbound. Inbounds to Benz. Benz looking. Gets across the timeline. Looking. Gives it over to Santa Stephen. Santa Stephen back to Audrey Benz. Benz top of the key. Double teamed. Looking. Going to give it to Chapius. Chapius. Wide shot come up with the ball is Wilson. Wilson gives it up. Baxter. Cooper for the basketball. Taken away by Chapius. And quickly up the court is Madison. Gives it over to Scout Nadine. Nadine baseline shot off the rim, no good. And Cooper will come up the rebound, go coast to coast. Taken away by Audrey Benz on a nice steal. And she's going to lose it. And Santa Stephen comes up with a loose ball. That falls in the bench and knocks it out of bounds. And a wild series of events as Benz steals it, loses it. Cooper comes up with it. Santa Steve comes back with it, then she can't save it from going out of bounds, tries to tip the Chapius and out of bounds, and it'll be Thompson Falls Lady Blue Hawks basketball. 47.7 to go here till halftime. It is 19-14, the Valkyries lead on the Montana Athletic scoreboard. Let's keep it from getting fit with discount prices, personal training, Pilates, and a lot more. 850 Holt Drive in Bigfork, 837-2582. The Montana Athletic Club. Doug and Nancy Mallon and the gang over there, thank them for sponsoring Bigfork Valkyries basketball and Valkyries athletics here in Thompson Falls. And underneath, Thompson Falls will take it out with 47.7 to go and trailing by 5. And a really good ball game, battle for first place. Looking inbound. Kicks it out top to Wilson. Wilson will give it up to Cooper. Cooper looking underneath, back there, knocked away by Nadir, and out of bounds. As the pass intended for Pardee, and will remain Thompson Falls Blue Hawks on the near side. At their own end, they'll get it into Baxter, over to Wilson, over to Pardee, in the corner to Ellie Baxter. Ellie Baxter with a three-point shot. Chapius in the Benz with under 30 seconds to go. In the corner, Scout Nadir back out to Benz. Benz looking. Gives it up to Edgerton. Edgerton looking over to Santa Stephen. Santa Stephen looking to drive. Kicks it out to Chapius. Chapius on the left wing. Wide open, loser. Shot a little bit strong by Chapius. And rebounded, taken by Baxter. And Chapius knocks it away. And out of bounds off Bigfork with 5.5 to go. The Valkyries leading by 2 here in Thompson Falls. Baxter, Ellie taking it inbounds. Inbounds to her sister. Shoots up a three-point shot off the rim, or off the backboard, off the rim, and no good. So, at halftime, it is the Bigfork Valkyries 19-17 on the Bigfork Dental scoreboard. And we'll be back momentarily with your halftime stats as the Valkyries lead by 2 going into the second half in a really good ball game as we head to the second half here momentarily. I'll get your halftime stats and be back here momentarily. Halftime brought to you by the Bigfork Dental Center and Dr. Aaron Price. All right, welcome back to Thompson Falls. Your halftime brought to you by the Bigfork Dental Center. Dr. Aaron Price and the team at Bigfork Dental Center are proud to support the Vals and Vals Athletics. See Dr. Aaron Price and her dental team for all your dental needs. Call today at 837-5611 or see bigforkdental.com. Well, for Thompson Falls, it was Ellie Baxter, the point guard, the freshman, with 4. Hit that 3 late in the second quarter. Riley Wilson with 3. 6 for Jody Detlaff. 4 for Megan Baxter. 7 in the first and 10 in the second, as they have 17. And for your Valkyries, we bring that up here momentarily, and it was Emma Beth with a big 3 early. She had 7 in the first quarter alone. Now Scout Nadeau 2 for 2 from the line for the other 2, for a total of 9 in the first quarter. Beth with 2 more and shooting 4 for 4 at the free throw line. So she has 9 to lead the team. Benz with 2, Scout Nadeau with 4, and Ansley Edgerton with 4 as well. So 9 in the first and 10 in the second for 19 total. 19 to 17. The Valkyries lead here at halftime. In Thompson Falls in a battle for first place in District 7B. So, as advertised, a heck of a ball game and a battle here in Thompson Falls between the Lady Blue Hawks and the Bigfork Valkyries. Once again, thanks to my sponsors for tonight's ball game and for sponsoring Bigfork Athletics, the Bigfork Dental Center, Bigfork Harvest Foods, Gilead Painting, and the Montana Athletic Club. We're back with your second half from Thompson Falls as the Valkyries lead 19-7 on the Valkyrie Broadcasting Network, BFSD events here on YouTube. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals, here from Thompson Falls, Montana. We're back momentarily with the second half. All right, welcome back to Thompson Falls, Montana. Halftime is over. We're heading to the second half. And the starters for Thompson Falls, Ellie Baxter, Belle Cooper, Faith Field, Jody Getloff, Megan Baxter. It'll be Thompson Falls basketball starting the second half. For the Valkyries, Barrett. Yeah, it'll be Chapius instead of Benz, Edgerton, McAnally, and Santa Stephen, and we're underway. Thompson Falls, the Valkyries got sleeping. They switched ends quickly up. Tied at 19. McAnally fields to Barrett. Barrett on the drive to the backboard and player control foul on Evan Barrett. That's going to cost her. That's going to be her fourth. And first team foul on Bigfork. We're tied at 19 here as Thompson Falls took it out, but Bigfork was on the wrong end playing defense, and Thompson Falls just took it right to the basket. Quickly in to Baxter, over to her sister, over to Cooper. Cooper feeds it out to Fields. Fields three-point shot is strong. Getloff with the rebound, puts it up, and good by Thompson Falls, and they take the lead 21-19. Barrett gives it over to Chapius. Chapius gives it over to McAnally. McAnally quickly in the corner to Edgerton. Edgerton looking underneath. Out to McAnally. Out to Chapius. Chapius top of the key. We'll feed it out to Santa Stevens. She'll dribble to the top of the key to set it up. Feeds it up to Edgerton. Edgerton's shot off the back rim. No good. Rebounded by Megan Baxter. And up to Cooper. Cooper will give it over to Ellie Baxter. Back to Cooper on the right wing. Looking to drive. Drives against Beth. And check that. I don't think. Yeah, they did. That last foul, was on number 24, Edgerton, and not on Barrett. So only 3. Shot up, no good. McAnally blocks it, gets the rebound, quickly dribbling up the court, and she's bothered by Detloff and knocks it out of bounds behind the Bigfork bench. And it'll remain Bigfork basketball. Scout Nadu comes in the ball game for Emma Beth. And Santa Stephen inbound to Chapius. Chapius looking. Nadu in the corner. Not ready. Takes it back out to Santa Stevens. Santa Stevens right wing finds McAnally all the way underneath. McAnally puts it up and good. The two were tied at 21. Quickly in. Baxter to Baxter in the backcourt. Pressure put on by Bigfork. And Baxter will get it in front court to Fields. Fields top of the key to Cooper. Cooper underneath. Knocked away by Ansley Edgerton. Nice defense as that pass was intended for Jody Detloff. And Barrett will come back in the ball game, replacing Madison Chapius. And in the far corner, on the far end, to inbound is Thompson Falls. She'll give it up to Fields. Fields looking to go back door, gives it out to Ellie Baxter. Three-point shot in the way, and good by Ellie Baxter for Thompson Falls. Into Barrett. Barrett quickly up. Give it to Nadu. Up to Edgerton. Edgerton's going to get fouled on a nice pass by Nadu in the middle. Edgerton goes up. Gets fouled by number 14, Belle Cooper. And that'll be the first team foul. And second on Belle Cooper. Edgerton to the line. She'll shoot 2 for the Valkyries. 24-21. Thompson Falls leads. First shot is good, as it draws the Valkyries closer at 24-22. And first one is good by Edgerton. She'll get one more for Bigfork with 6:09 to go here in quarter number 3. Edgerton's shot up. Nothing but the bottom of the net by Ansley, who's found his stroke at the free throw line. Quickly into Baxter. The freshman quickly drives up the court. Kicks it out to Fields. Fields on the drive. Out to Baxter. Rebounded there by Cooper. And Cooper puts it up inside the free throw line for 2. As Bigfork needs to box out and rebound. Quickly up, Barrett. Barrett looking to drive all the way to the basket. Off the backboard and no good. She gets there and rebound. Puts it off the backboard and good. And she'll go to the line to try to earn the three-point play the old-fashioned way. And 26-25 as the foul's on number 20. Faith Fields, that is her second team foul. And Madison Chapius comes back in for Isabella. Santa Stevens, Emma Barrett going to shoot the end one. Ellie Pardee and Riley Wilson returns for Thompson Falls. 5:43 to go, 26-25. Thompson Falls leads on your Montana Athletic scoreboard. One more. The and one by Beth is in and out. Tipped around. Scout Nadeau with the rebound. And misses the shot. Thompson Falls comes up with the loose ball by Detlef. Quickly feeds it up, knocked away. Nadeau comes up with the loose ball. Feeds it to Chapius. Chapius. Ball's tipped away. Ran by Riley Wilson. It'll be Bigfork basketball. 5:30 to go here in quarter number 3. The Valkyries trailing by 1, 26-25 on the Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. In the front court to McAnally. McAnally looking to drive. Gives it over to Chapius. Throws the shot late. And they're going to call a held ball. And the arrow is going to point towards Bigfork as Thompson Falls got it to start the second half. So Chapius on the far side, taking it out of bounds. She'll feed it into Beth. Beth looking to dive in the corner to Edgerton. Back out to Beth. Beth drives. Edgerton in the left corner. Dribbles it out top of the key to Chapius. Chapius underneath to Edgerton. Back out to Scout Nadeau. A three-point shot in the way by Nadeau. Off the rim and no good. Detlef comes up with the rebound. Throws it way out by Baxter. Baxter quickly up the court. Throws it up. She runs into Chapius. And the shot falls short, and she'll get 2 shots. And that's the first personal on Madison Chapius, and second team foul here in the second half. And Ellie Baxter to the line, shooting 2 for Thompson Falls. First shot is good. Returning, number 14, Belle Cooper, replacing Jody Detlef for Thompson Falls. And Baxter gets one more. Makes the second one. And Fields will come in the ballgame, replacing Ellie Baxter. 4:59 to go, 28-25. Thompson Falls leads here under Gilliard Painting scoreboard. Quickly up. Beth across the timeline. Feeds it over to Chapius. On the right wing to Scout Nadeau. Nice pass into McAnally. Reverse layup is no good. And Baxter will travel, but no call. And quickly up to Belle Cooper. Cooper here in the corner. Knocked away by Edgerton and stolen by Chapius as he tries to get out. She's going to be fouled by Belle Cooper in the backcourt. That's Cooper's third team foul, and Detlef will get off the bench in return for Thompson Falls along with Ellie Baxter, replacing Wilson and Cooper. So Chapius, Barrett, Nadeau, McAnally, and Edgerton in the ballgame for Bigfork. Nadeau, left wing, McAnally, top of the key. Kicks it down to Edgerton. Edgerton looking underneath. Top of the key to Madison Chapius. Nearly loses it. Gets it out to Beth. Beth will drive to the top of the key. Looks underneath to Edgerton. Edgerton baseline shot is short and no good. Detlef for the rebound. Quickly up to Ellie Baxter. Up to her sister, Megan Baxter. The left-handed layup is good. And Thompson Falls takes a 5-point lead. And Gunlock trying to get a timeout. Finally, the officials look over and give her a timeout, a 1-minute timeout, a full timeout here in Thompson Falls as Lady Blowhawks take a 30-25 lead over Bigfork on your Montana Athletic scoreboard. With 3:53 to go here in quarter number 3. The Valkyries put up 6. Outscored 13-6 here so far in quarter number 3. Yeah, they got some nice passes underneath. Just haven't quite finished it here. We're back with more of the third quarter here from Thompson Falls. All right, welcome back to Thompson Falls. Bigfork basketball in the front court. Barrett taking it, inbounding with Chapius. Chapius, top of the key, looking. Over to Barrett, over to Scout Nadeau. On the left side, top of the key, Chapius looking to drive. Up, off the backboard. Misses a shot. Edgerton nearly comes up the rebound. And Thompson Falls with it, gives it quickly up to Party. Party, left-handed layup. So Thompson Falls likes to go up quickly and run it. And they take a 7-point lead with 3:31 to go. Barrett in the front court, top of the key. Over to Chapius. Chapius feeds underneath, throws it out off of McAnally, off of Megan Baxter, out of bounds, and it'll remain Bigfork basketball. McAnally will come out of the ball game for a breather. Santa Stephen back in for Bigfork with 3:22 to go here in quarter number 3. Chapius looking to inbound. Gives it out. Nadu on the drive and puts it up is Beth, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. As Megan Baxter tries to step in there, but she's late on the blocking call. It'll be her first and second team, checks back, 14 foul on the Blue Hawks, Lady Blue Hawks. Barrett's first shot up. A little strong off the backboard and no good. And number 12, Riley Wilson back in the lineup for Thompson Falls with 3:16 to go on your Harvest Foods scoreboard. And the Valkyries trailing by 7, 32-25. Second shot up off the backboard and no good. Rebounded there by Baxter for Thompson Falls. Quickly up to Ellie Baxter, top of the key. Over to Party, looking underneath. To Megan Baxter, shot up and no good. Gets the rebound as Baxter kicks it out to Party. Over to Ellie Baxter, 3-point shot in the way by number 12. Wilson, no good, out of bounds off Thompson Falls. And it'll be Bigfork basketball. Under 3 to go here in quarter number 3. Valkyries trailing 32-25. Quickly up to Edgerton. Edgerton looking, finds Chapius. Back out to Barrett. 3-point shot by Barrett on the way. Off the rim and no good. Knocked out there by Thompson Falls. And Ellie Baxter to come up the loose ball. Drives it up left-handed, no good. Edgerton right there, kicks it out. The Santa Stephen looking all the way up the court. But Baxter gets back to cover up Chapius. And Santa Stephen quickly to Chapius. Over to Nadu on the left side. Chapius, top of the key, gives it to Emma Barrett. She's going to give it to Nadu. Nadu, shot in away, around the rim, and in and out. And Thompson Falls, Megan Baxter with the rebound quickly to Ellie Baxter on the drive. Pulls up, short, in the middle of the key and sinks it for 2. With a pull-up jumper by Baxter. And a 9-point lead by Thompson Falls. Beth just need to hit some shots. Over to Santa Stephen, not quite ready for that 3-point shot. Over to Chapius. Chapius looking underneath. Gives it to Barrett. Barrett will feed it out to Nadu. Nadu, Santa Stephen. Santa Stephen looking. We'll give it over to Chapius. Chapius, left side. Top of the key, feeds it underneath to Nadu. Nadu feeds it to Edgerton. Edgerton up and under, misses the layup. And Nadu right there with the rebound. And a hard ball. The arrow points towards Thompson Falls. Excuse me, with 1:40 to go here in quarter number 3. Fields returns for Thompson Falls. Valkyries just can't get a bucket to fall here, it seems like, in and out here in quarter number 3. Quickly to Baxter. Baxter nearly taken away. Carry violation called on Pardee of Thompson Falls. As she picks up the loose ball and carries it, and it's Bigfork basketball. With 1:32 to go, and Ellie Baxter returning, replacing her sister Megan Baxter for Thompson Falls. Santa Stephen inbounded to Beth. Beth feeds it over to Santa Stephen. Underneath now, Nadu looking back there, and a kick ball. As Chapius was wide open back door, and Edgerton couldn't see that behind her, or Nadu didn't see her behind her. Over to Barrett. Barrett looking to drive baseline up. Off the backboard, good by Emma Barrett, and a nice drive and 2 points for Bigfork. Quickly up Baxter, knocked out of bounds by Emma Barrett. Bigfork. It'll be Thompson Falls basketball. 1:14 to go, and the Valkyries within 7. Detloff will inbound. Far side to Pardee. Pardee will give it out to Ellie Baxter, top of the key. Over to Pardee on the left wing, back out to Baxter. Baxter over to Fields. Fields looking to drive and shoot. Kicks it out, gives it over to Wilson. Wilson driving, gives it to Detloff. Blocked there by Angela Edgerton and Emma Barrett gets taken down and no foul called. And Detloff knocks it away. It'll remain Bigfork basketball. Looked like Barrett got taken down. Looked like a foul not called there. Detloff will come out of the ball game. And Megan Baxter back in for Thompson Falls. About 52 seconds to go. Chapius looking. Gives it out to Edgerton. Edgerton in the key. Shot up and rolls in and good. And she'll go to the line and try to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way. That's on number 4. Ellie Baxter, her first and 5th team foul. Edgerton at the line to shoot the N1 for the Valkyries. Shot is up and good. 34-30 within 4 of the Bigfork with under 45 to go on the Bigfork Dental scoreboard. Quickly, Edgerton nearly knocks it away. It steals it. Edgerton goes down hard. She tries to take it, and a foul called on number 12. That's Riley Wilson, her second 16th foul. Edgerton is hurt on the play as she got knocked down, and Nevaeh Carlin, number 23, checks in the lineup for Bigfork. Tries to feed it into Carlin, knocked away. Fields with the basketball, give it up to Baxter. Baxter will give it over to Wilson. Over Fields, Fields looking to drive. In the key, gives it up to, in the corner, Pardee, three-point shot, no good. And Scout Nadeau comes up with a rebound. We'll give it over to Chapius. So 3 freshmen in the ballgame for Bigfork. On the drive is Chapius, too hard. Nevaeh Carter puts it up and no good. Bigfork battling for it on the floor and held ball. And I believe the arrow will point this time toward Bigfork as Nevaeh Carlin battling. Gets the shot up, goes after her own rebound, comes up with it and ties it up. And it'll be Bigfork basketball. Number 22, Katie Alexander, checking in for the first time for Thompson Falls. Santa Stephen to take it out. Give it over to Nadeau, out to Barrett on the right wing. Barrett, shot up. She pulls back. Nadeau can't quite get it up before the buzzers. But 3 quarters complete. The Valkyries fight back in quarter number 3 after a slow start and put up 5 in the last minute to pull within 4 on the Gilroy Painting scoreboard. It is Thompson Falls Lady Blue Hawks 34, the Bigfork Valkyries 30, and Benz, who's been sick, will return to the lineup for Bigfork. So Barrett, Benz, Nevaeh Carlin, Chapius, and Scout Nadeau will be the lineup to start the 4th quarter for Bigfork. 34-30 on your Gilroy Painting scoreboard, interior and exterior painting and staining, pressure washing, parking lot striping, property caretaking. Chip Gaillard at 1080 Swan Horseshoe Drive in Bigfork, Montana, 210-7794, or Chip Gaillard at yahoo.com, a big sponsor of Bigfork Athletics. All right, the Valkyries fought back after being down to Thompson Falls and a slow start there in quarter number 3, able to put up 11. Outscored 17-11, so that's why they trail by 6 here. The 4th quarter, Thompson Falls basketball. It's Baxter and Baxter, the same starters. Fields. Detloff shot up, Nevaeh right there. Nevaeh, Carlin, and coming up the loose ball is Emma Barrett across the timeline. Also in the game is Belle Cooper as well, the same starters for Thompson Falls. Over Chapius looking to drive. Nadeau in the corner, right wing. Feeds it up to Nevaeh Carlin, off the rim and no good. Didn't quite put it up strong enough to Nevaeh, but a good shot right there. He's got a finish on that. And Thompson Falls the basketball. Over to Cooper, out to Baxter at the top of the key. She's looking to drive, kicks it out to Fields. Fields on the drive. Guarded there by Benz, top of the key. To Cooper. Cooper, left wing, back out to Baxter. Baxter looking to drive on the right side. She'll kick it out to Fields. Fields looking, driving, puts a shot up, looks short. And Baxter underneath comes up with a rebound as Bigfork fails to box out. And she puts it up with the left hand for 2. Barrett will give it to Chapius. Back to Barrett. Barrett looking to drive. Feed it over to Benz. Benz on the left wing. Looking. Gives it to Chapius. Chapius looking. Finds Nadeau. Nadeau looking under for Carlin. And a kick ball by Thompson falls. And it'll remain Bigfork basketball underneath the near side. And Edgerton along with Santa Stephen take the place of Benz and Carlin with 6:32 to go in the ball game. Out to Scout Nadeau. Quickly to Chapius in the quarter. 3-point shot by Santa Stephen, can't get it up. Out to Edgerton. Edgerton looking to drive is Chapius. Kicks it out. Scout Nadeau on the baseline shot is too strong. Fields comes up with a rebound for Thompson Falls. Quickly up the right side is Fields. Runs into Barrett and loses it. And a late whistle. And a foul on number 11. The 4th on Barrett. And Nadeau will come out. 3rd team foul on Bigfork. Scout Nadeau will take a rest. And she's played a lot. McAnally in the ball game. Cooper, top of the key, looking underneath. Knocked away. And a 3-point shot by Fields off the rim. And battling underneath is Cooper and Edgerton. Fields comes up with it. McAnally blocks it. She tries to put it up. It's going to get up to Baxter. Baxter inside the free throw line puts it up for 2. 38-30. The Valkyries trail. 5:45 to go here in the ballgame. McAnally quick to Barrett. Barrett looking to drive. Up off the backboard. No. Edgerton gets the rebound, puts it up. Not strong enough as Edgerton. She tries to get the rebound again. Knocked down. And Baxter up and under. Misses the shot. And Detloff throws it up as she gets the rebound. And Santa Stephen along with Baxter battling for it out of bounds. It'll be Bigfork basketball with 5:25 to go. Pardee along with Wilson back in for Thompson Falls. Returning for Bigfork, it'll be number 23, Nevaeh Carlin. And a timeout taken. 5:25 to go here in the ball game. And the Valkyries trailing 38-30. On your Montana Athletic scoreboard. 3rd timeout taken by the Valkyries. What's keeping you from getting fit? Discounted guest passes, personal training, Pilates, 850 Hill Drive on Bigfork, 837-2582. Well, the Valkyries are getting the shots underneath. They just can't get them to fall, leaving a little bit short. We're not finishing on some layups. They get those to drop. We have a different ball game here. They're trailing by 8. They're playing hard tonight. And Audrey Ben's a little under the weather for Bigfork, but she's still out there being scrappy. So Barrett, Edgerton, Carlin, Chapius, and Santa Stephen in the ball game for Bigfork. Just got to get something to drop. On the far end, the Bigfork Valkyries will take it out of bounds with Chapius. Madison Chapius inbounding to Barrett. Wilson in the ball game. Pardee. Baxter and inbound Carlin. Carlin looking to drive her shot. Gives it to Edgerton. Edgerton underneath. Tries to put it up. She's fouled by Detloff, the other Thompson Falls player in the ball game. And back to the line. Ensley will get 2 more. She's fouled there by number 23, Jody Detloff. That is her 3rd and 7th team foul. So the Valkyries in the bonus the rest of the way. And 2 shots for Edgerton. First shot up off the rim, gets the shooter's touch off the back of the rim, the backboard, and drops. So the Valkyries within 7, 38-31. 1 more for Edgerton. A little strong off the backboard. And Baxter comes up with a rebound. Megan gives it over to Ellie. Ellie will dribble it up. Chapius trying to guard her right there Freshman on freshman. Gives it over to Party. Party on the left wing. Looking underneath. Baxter. Back out to Detloff. Detloff looking underneath for Bigfork. It's just for Thompson Falls. And Nevaeh Carlin is going to get called for the reaching foul. That's her first 14th foul on Bigfork. 4:52 to go. Now the Bigfork Harvest scoreboard. And Thompson Falls 38, the Valkyries 31. Inbounding is Thompson Falls. Looking to get it in. And stolen by Barrett. Barrett's going to lift the drive all the way. And a blocking foul definitely is Ellie Baxter late getting there. She's going to call for the block, and Barrett will go to the line, and she'll shoot two. That is Baxter's second and the 8th team foul on Thompson Falls with 4:47 to go. Barrett's shot up is good, and she'll get one more. Second shot on the way. That's up at the bottom of the net. So the Valkyries within 5, 38-33. Inbound. Megan Baxter will give it off to Ellie Baxter. Baxter in the backcourt. Chapius riding her along the sideline with her hand extended. She's going to get called up that every time. That's the second personal on Madison Chapius. And the 15th foul. And a full timeout taken by Thompson Falls. 4:37 to go here on your Bigfork Dental scoreboard. It is Thompson Falls Lady Bluehawks 38 and the Bigfork Valkyries 33. I'll be back with the rest of the ball game here from Thompson Falls, Montana, and Thompson Falls High School. All right, back here in Thompson Falls, James LaFontaine, the voice of the Knights and the Vals with you, as the Valkyries trail by 5 with 4:37 to go, 38-33. Thompson Falls in the front court taking it out of bounds. And quickly gets it in, Baxter to Baxter. Ellie to Megan, and back to Ellie. Ellie top of the key, guarded by Chapius. Chapius putting the pressure on, looking back door is Megan, but right there is Barrett. And Edgerton knocks it away. Baxter not saves the ball, but saves it right to Santa Stevens and right to Edgerton. And Barrett will kick it out. Santa Stevens 3-point shot in the way is good from the left wing by Santa Stevens. The Valkyries within 2 with 4 minutes to go. Ellie Baxter across the timeline for Thompson Falls with 4 minutes exactly on the drive is Wilson. And Wilson is going to travel. She takes an extra step when she was trying to pass. And returning is Cooper for Thompson Falls. 3:56 to go. The Valkyries within 2 as they fight back. Chapius inbound to Barrett. Barrett will cross the timeline for Bigfork. Feeds it to Edgerton. Edgerton looking underneath. Tries to feed it to Carlin. And off of Thompson Falls. And it'll be Bigfork basketball underneath their own basket here on the far side. Chapius feeds it to Santa Stevens to Edgerton. Edgerton looking to drive. Edgerton shot up and good for 2. Times the ball game at 38 apiece. Into Detloff. Quickly up to Baxter. Baxter guarded by Chapius. Ellie Baxter will kick it over to Cooper. Cooper will give it out to Megan Baxter. Over to Ellie Baxter. Guarded by Chapius. Top of the key. Edgerton guarding Megan Baxter. At the left wing, out to Baxter, top of the key. We'll get in the corner to Cooper. Cooper, left wing, driving. Santa Stevens right there. Carlin guarding Detloff. Pass knocked away by Edgerton. Shot up and no good. And Nevaeh Carlin's going to get called for the push as she comes over the back and on the rebound. It'll be underneath to Thompson. They say it's on number 24, Edgerton, her third 16 foul on Bigfork. Baxter looking to inbound to Detlef. Detlef underneath. Gets it to Pardee. Pardee score on the right wing. Feeds it under Edgerton. Edgerton, Santa Stephen. Right wing shot. 3-point on the way. Edgerton gets her own rebound. And it'll be held ball. And the arrow should point towards Bigfork. It is. As the shot is just short by Isabella. And 40-38, the Valkyries trail. Santa Stephen inbound. McAnally. Chapius, top of the key, looking. Drives, free throw line shot. Up, bounces off the backboard. Nearly goes in. Edgerton right there. Up to, and quickly up to Baxter, who's left hand, shoots it up for two. 42-38, 2:29 to go. Beth looking to drive. All the way to the basket, off the backboard, and two by Emma Bear. So Emma Bear is kind of taking over and driving and taking right at Thompson Falls, even with 4 personals. As the Valkyries pull within 2, 42-40, just over 2 minutes to go. Cooper, guarded by Santa Stevens. Gonna feed it up, nearly stolen by Edgerton. Back out to Cooper on the right wing. Top of the key to Ellie Baxter. Guarded by Chapius. She'll pull it out, under 2 minutes to go. Out to Pardee. Pardee looking to drive left-handed. Runs into Edgerton, but gives it up to Megan Baxter. And 2, almost a held ball. And timeout taken as Thompson Falls takes a 4-point lead, 44-40. Unfortunate there, as nearly tied up is the ball, but slips through and gets it underneath to Megan Baxter, and she picks up the layup for 2. So the Valkyries trail by 4, 44-40 on the Montana Athletics Club scoreboard. With 1:46 to go here in the ballgame, and a heck of a ballgame in a battle for first place in District 7B. The winner will be first, the loser will be second, and they'll face each other in the last ballgame again at the end of the season, as it'll be senior night over in Bigfork when that happens. Bigfork inbound, Chapius, Barrett, Carlin, Edgerton and Santa Stephen. Barrett dribbling it up. Guarded by Megan Baxter looking. Throws it away, meant for Chapius. And Megan Baxter quickly up the left hand. Chooses it up for 2. And Chapius will bring it out. Valkyries trailing by 6. Tried to force that one in. And Beth looking. Gets it over to Chapius. Chapius looking. Got to get it out to Baxter. Or excuse me, to Beth. Beth. Back to Chapius. Chapius gives it over Santa Stevens. Santa Stevens to Chapius. On the left wing to Beth. Edgerton looking, drives, shot up, in and out, and no good. Knocked away and out of bounds by Bell Cooper of Thompson Falls. Fortunately, didn't come up with that rebound. And Bigfork basketball, 1:02 to go. Getting the shots, are just not falling. Santa Stephen in the right wing. Leaves it to Santa Stephen from Chapius. Throws it right to Detlef, and she'll give it up to Megan Baxter. Baxter looking, and we'll give it over to Cooper. Cooper looking up to Ellie Baxter. Baxter's going to be fouled by Santa Stephen. Barrett can afford to foul. She has 4. So Santa Stephen will foul. That'll put Thompson Falls in a 1-on-1, and hope Bigfork is hoping that Thompson Falls misses. They get the rebound with 45.6 to go. And a full timeout taken by the Valkyries. Here in Thompson Falls, as they trail by 6. This ball kicked out, and Thompson Falls is able to run out and grab it by Megan Baxter, the left-handed 6'1" forward, junior forward from Thompson Falls. Just make all those layups left-handed to build the lead to 6 with 45.6 to go. So Bigfork going to have to force Thompson Falls. Here, hopefully they miss, get the rebound, and Bigfork can score. They've scored 21 points in the second half already. after scoring 19 in the first, but they've given up almost 30 to Thompson Falls in the 6-point lead. At the line is the freshman, number 4, Ellie Baxter, for a 1-and-1. So the Valkyries must box out and get the rebound if she misses right here. First shot up and good by the freshman Baxter, and she'll get one as builds the lead. Get one more, she builds the lead to 7, 47-40. Baxter's second shot on the way is good. So an 8-point lead. Valkyries just got time. Into Barrett. Barrett looking. Barrett looking. Gives it over to Chapius. Chapius, top of the key. Underneath Edgerton. Edgerton baseline shot off the rim, off the backboard, but rebounded by Carlin. Puts it back up, and she'll go to the line for 2. And that foul's number 14, Belle Cooper. Yes. Bigfork, that's 4th on Cooper. And the 19th foul at the line is Nevaeh Carlin shooting 2 for Bigfork. Nice backspin off the rim, and no good. She'll get one more. Valkyrie's getting good shots, just not falling tonight. And Carlin with the second shot on the way, this time off the backboard strong. Detloff comes up with the rebound, and Chapius with foul Detloff in the backcourt, and that'll put at the free throw line with the 8th team foul, and a 1-and-1 continuing for Thompson Falls, and that is the 3rd on Madison Chapius with 29.8 to go. Bigfork's got to box out, hope that Detloff misses the front end of the 1-and-1, and she gets the rolls and bounces out the back of the rim and drops for Thompson Falls. Second shot, same thing, off the back of the rim. You think that would bounce out, but no, drops for him. Quickly into Barrett, and trail by 10 is Bigfork. Barrett looking to drive. Barrett looking, finds underneath to Carlin. Carlin feeds it to Edgerton. Edgerton is fouled as she puts it up, and she'll get 2. The time running out in the Valkyries with 18.7 to go. And that's on number 24, Megan Baxter, her second 10th team foul. So 2 shots the rest of the way for Bigfork. First shot on the way by Edgerton is good. Up at the bottom of the net. And the Valkyries within 9. They'll have to continue to foul, put Thompson Falls at the line. I hope they miss. Second shot up and good. And 50-42 on your Gabe Payne scoreboard. Quickly into Baxter. Chapius chasing down Ellie Baxter in the backcourt. Sana Stephen fouls Baxter. Baxter at the line with a 1-and-1, as that's Sana Stephen's second 19 foul. And a 1-and-1 for Ellie Baxter with 11.5 to go. And gotta hope Baxter misses the front end of the 1-and-1. She drops it for the first one, and she'll get one more. She makes the second, and a 10-point lead, 11.5 to go, and time running out on Bigfork. Barrett looking. She drives it to the basket, off the rim and no good, and she reaches in. And Detloff gets the rebound, and a foul on Bigfork. And they'll call that on number 23, Nevaeh Carlin. That's her third 10th team foul. So Detloff will go to the line to shoot 2. And Laz is going to clear his bench. And Danny Van Hoos, Reagan Hanks checking in, along with number 22, Katie Alexander, returning for Thompson Falls. 1.8 to go and a 10-point lead for Thompson Falls as they missed the first one, and a 52-42 lead. Second shot by Detloff. This time too hard, no good. Rebounded. Puts it up at the buzzer. They didn't need to do that. And a 10-point win by Thompson Falls. 52-42 on your Montana Athletics scoreboard. A valiant effort by the Valkyries as they scored 23 in the second half. But they give up 35, outscored 35-23. There's the 10-point lead in the second half. The 10-point win, by Thompson Falls. I'll be back with the full game stats from Thompson Falls momentarily. In just a minute. All right, welcome back to Thompson Falls. James LaFontaine with you. And 52-42 is your final as the Valkyries take this one on the chin. They played a great first half, a little strong, not as well in the second half, but they were getting good shots. They just weren't falling tonight for Bigfork. So, post game brought to you by Bigfork Harvest Foods. All your grocery needs, including the amazing bakery, deli, so much there that Marcus Boggles provides. 8111 Highway 35 in Bigfork, Montana. 837-5010. And taking a look at your full game stats here from Thompson Falls, Montana. I'll get those to you momentarily as I bring them up here. Pardee had 4, 2 threes by Batcher, the freshman, and she missed 1 free throw. So 7-8 from the free throw line with 2 threes, and 13 total for her. 3 for Riley Wilson. Belle Cooper with 4. 12 for Jody Detloff. But I think the one that really hurt him was Megan Baxter underneath the lefty. And Megan led the way with 16. So Thompson Falls scored 7 in the first, 10 in the second, 17 in the third, 18 in the fourth quarter, so 35 in the second half. That was the difference. A very slow start for the Valkyries coming out of halftime. And allowed Thompson Falls to take the lead. And let me bring up the Bigfork's scoring. Barrett had a bold second half. She, I believe, led the way with 17 for the Valkyries. 2 for Audrey Benz. Audrey was a little under the weather tonight, a little sick, so she didn't play as much, and she's their defensive catalyst. 4 points for Scout Nadeau. Did a nice job coming in and filling in. 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Nevaeh Carter missing both of her 3 throws, but she did a good job, had some good shots, got some rebounds, and played a key role there. Ansley. With 15, just behind Emma Beth. And then Izzy, only 3. 9 in the first, 10 in the second, so a 19-17 lead at halftime, but only 11 in the third. Got outscored 17-11 and 18-12 in the second half. That's the difference in the ball game. Outscored by Thompson Falls, a good team that like to run and push the pace. So makes for a good game. Bigfork's got to learn to get back. But I thought they had a lot of good shots underneath. Just weren't falling tonight for the Valkyries. Well, that's our first loss in conference play. That'll move them to 6-4 on the season. And Thompson Falls will move to 7-2. We'll see them again at the end of the season on senior night on the 15th of February up in Bigfork. Thanks for listening tonight. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals from Thompson Falls, Montana. And your final here on the Bigfork Dental scoreboard was the Thompson Falls Lady Bluehawks 52, the Bigfork Valkyries 42. And the Valkyries' next action comes up next week. We'll be at home taking on the Eureka Lady Lions. That's a doubleheader next Thursday at home. Tomorrow night I'll be on the radio right here from Thompson Falls once again as the Vikings will come to town to take on the Bluehawks tomorrow night. Game time about 7:15 tomorrow night. I'll be on the air about 15 minutes prior to. Once again, thanks for listening to Valkyrie Basketball on BFSD Events. This is James LaFontaine from Thompson Falls, Montana. Thank you and good night wherever you are.